Ladbrokes is rated A by SBR. Click on their logo to learn more.
Hello and welcome to World Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Natalie Rydstrom. Joining us now is Richard O'Hagan, sports writer and regular contributor for SBR Forum, to discuss the betting value in the individual World Cup teams. Richard, welcome to the show today.
Hi Natalie, it's good to be with you.
Now, France from Group E are favourites to win the group, priced at 1.66 and 21 to win the competition. However, for a team who failed to qualify in 2010, I can't see them lifting the trophy at the end. Now, although low, 1.61, would you put your money on France to win in Group E?
I certainly put money on France to win this. I think that what you might be looking to do, though, is get a better price by bracketing them with Switzerland, who are actually the seeds in the group, as qualifiers from this, and then you're not so constrained by who finishes where. Certainly the big risk here is that France do, like they've done in several of the last tournaments, where they've turned up and they've just not performed. Doesn't matter where in the world it's been, doesn't matter what conditions it's been in, they've just not played well. So I think France are always going to be a risky bet, because the history they've got suggests that they can get to tournaments but they can't actually turn it on there anymore, which is it's a real shame, really, because they've got a lot of talented players.
Well, if you look at the elimination market here, the odds are lowest for them to be eliminated in the round of 16. That's priced at 2.7. Then the quarterfinals priced at 3.5. Which bet would you take, and who will be France's biggest threat after qualifying?
Well, their big threat is that they qualify second out of this group and get landed with Argentina in the round of 16, because then I think they are probably going to be going out. If they go the other way, though, because the group with Argentina in it is also comparatively weak, I think they could easily get through to the quarterfinal stage, but I don't see them getting past the quarterfinals. It would take something very different to happen to this French team. They've been built on a very solid defence, but they haven't got much in the way of forward power anymore. And once you get to the knockout stages, defence usually isn't enough. You usually need to have some decent strikers, and at the moment, France really have only got two to call upon.
Okay, now France are up against Switzerland, Ecuador and Honduras in their group, with both Switzerland and Ecuador likely to prove difficult for favourite France. Now, bearing this in mind, are you going to bet the under 6.5 points at 1.61 or the over 6.5 points, which is priced at 2.2, both with William Hill?
My inclination is still to go with over on this, because I can see France beating Honduras and Ecuador and probably drawing with Switzerland. That would give them 7 points. So that, I think, is a more likely outcome. I don't see them really dropping points against Honduras and Ecuador. I think that they will still be too strong, even though it may be a couple of games that finish 1-0.
Right, okay. What other bets are worth considering here for France?
The good things about France not having a really dominant striker in their team is that there's a lot of value to be having in the top goal scorer market. And you can get decent price on Olivier Giroud at around about 5s, and Karim Benzema, who probably will be his strike partner, is 6s. And of course, the big name in the French team is Franck Ribéry, and he's 6s as well to be top goal scorer, even though for France he tends to play in more of a creative role rather than a goal scoring role. So I think you could pick any one or even two of those and put a little bit of money on them and still make a decent return.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that's what we're after. I think that wraps things up for our Team France preview. Richard O'Hagan, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, Natalie.